Hey folks, welcome back to Flamebroil. Once again, I'm going to just kind of show you a dungeon run, but I'm going to most likely just talk this episode about random things. I don't really have anything specific on my mind so much as just a lot of things that are bothering me and annoying me more so, I guess, in my personal life, and doesn't really have much to do with World of Warcraft. But I certainly don't mind occasionally, airing some of my frustrations and whatnot on here. And it has a little bit to do with Flamebroil, because I have him on a server currently where I had a friend several years ago. Let's just say this, that we had kind of a big falling out. I think it was about 2.5 years ago, and we were friends since like first grade. And I kind of made Flamebroil on a server that I knew he was on, kind of hoping that maybe someday we'd run into each other somewhere and kind of, maybe just talk things out or something. And it just never really happened. So I've been thinking for a while now of server transferring Flamebroil back to. Actually, it never was. I was thinking of server transferring him to one of the servers I have. I have like a stray horde character on one of these other servers, so I'm not sure yet. I might do it. I happened. I remember several episodes back, I was telling you about the whole thing where I would get a gift card every year and it would never work right. But it always seemed to work right for online purchases. But if I took it to a store to run through the scanner, it never worked. Yeah, well, guess what I got this year for Christmas? Another one of those $25 gift certificates, perfect for transferring characters, which I past 3 years in a row I've basically used for server transfers. And I might just use it on Flamebroil. It's not like, for me this time around, for the server transfer, it's like I don't mind staying on this server. It's just my other character actually has gold a little bit, like 7 or 8 thousand, and I can actually go out and buy the flight upgrade I've been complaining about past couple episodes, where he's going like a snail's pace. Because everything he does, he's basically alone on this server. I have like a bank tune, but just to cover you know, the auctions for him, so I don't have to fly him back. But it gets kind of it just gets kind of annoying that he's got no backup on here. And I think that if I had some backup, maybe to help him out with the money situation and whatnot, maybe that would help. I don't know. I haven't made a decision yet, final. But by the time I upload this, maybe I will have made the decision. He's already be gone. I don't know yet, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I guess because it's the holidays, I always tend to get sick around the holidays and depressed. So I mean, we're about a week removed from the holidays now, but yeah, I always tend to get that way around, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and whatnot. But yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess I keep trying to think of what to do in WoW, World of Warcraft here, and I guess I'll keep trying to talk about WoW related stuff in this show, just because it's a WoW show. But try not to focus on the other games too much that I do, um, as is my tendency. But I'm really just hoping that I can really just find something in World of Warcraft again to keep me interested in the game. And the past several months now, I'd say maybe the first month of Mists of Pandaria, I really enjoyed the game again. But as you may have remembered, like the last 5 6 months of Cataclysm, it got boring. I did some final leveling up in some of my alts when we were in Cataclysm, so I had quite a few level 85s at the time. And now I'm like at the point again where, because this isn't really alt friendly and it's just running the same quests in the same zones over and over again, and even just leveling up characters like this that are lower level, running the lower level zones, just because I'm such a creature of habit and I keep running the old zones, the exact same quests over and over again, the game itself is burning me out, questing and dungeon runs. And that's sort of why I was doing the dual boxing. If you guys watched any of my more recent raid videos, um, I did sort of mention it in those. I'm not sure I'll do too many videos of that. It's kind of difficult to record it, but when you have two windows open, it'll work on one window, but sometimes I can't really predict which window. And I just ding there too. That's pretty good. So I don't know. I guess I'm trying to find something interesting to do in the game again. Dual boxing's interesting, but even that's getting a little monotonous because I'm just basically power leveling a hunter right now through the game just via just running dungeons. I actually physically go into the dungeons using the summon friend option, which is nice to have. That they at least gave that to you on Recruit a Friend. I don't know how long that'll last for, but it's a pretty nice option for at least leveling up this first character. I've gotten him up to about 40 or 41, I think, as of this time. And I chose a hunter first. I sort of wanted to do a death knight first, but they won't let you. They said they were going to remove that stipulation too, where if you guys remember, it's considered like I forget what they call it now, an epic class or something like that. They start off at level 55, so you had to have a level 55 on your account to make a death knight. So I gotta get this hunter up to 55 at least, and then I'm at the point where I can either stick with the hunter and go all the way, or perhaps go to the death knight at that time, which I don't know. I think the death knight would have more survivability. So if I were to be doing some of these raids and stuff, the solo raids, I basically wouldn't be soloing it anymore. I'd be two-manning it if I had two accounts. And that's really the only thing that's going to keep me interested in this game at this point is doing a lot of solo content, solo stuff, because I've not clicked with the people in my guild. There's nothing wrong with them, but at least for my main characters. And I just don't have no interest in progressing in the game other than just to get better gear to do the raids a little easier. But I don't care anymore about anything in the game. It's like it's just I don't know what it is. It's just my waning love of the game, and I guess maybe there were times it was just I liked the game, but maybe it's just because like all of us, we're all addicted to it. That's basically what it boils down to. We don't want to admit it. We keep saying, "Oh, I like the game because it's fun." We know it's not fun, but because it's monotonous. It's the way it is. But we still play the game. Why we play? Why do we play the game? Because it's an addiction, and we got nothing else to do. I don't mind paying the money. It's not a money factor. I mean, there's a lot of free-to-play ones, and they probably have the same sort of grind at the end that you can do. I think so. If it was a money issue, I could just go out and get another game. That wouldn't be a problem. But I guess really I'm reaching the level of frustration where I'm just leveling is boring, questing's boring, rating's boring. I have no interest in PvP because it's all about like I don't want to be crass, but it's all about like these people that feel inferior about themselves and they have to feel less inferior about themselves by beating a person. Because beating, you know what I mean? It's that's to me that's the whole mentality. It's like I gotta be better than you mentality. You know that's why it never interests me. I probably could get good with a class if I wanted to and do PvP, but I don't want to. And the developers of the game have even said that it isn't about skill, it's about gear score. So, I mean, to me that's stupid. If it's PvP, wouldn't you actually want to know if you can beat this person if they're on even level with you? Like, that's the whole thing. I mean, I would want everyone to have the same gear and the same like item level and the same everything. And that's sort of like I'm not going to try and compare WoW to Guild Wars, but I heard that's what they have, something like that in there. where basically you can play PvP even when you're low level. They just up your level or something, so you're on an even, kind of like on an even field with everyone else. So I mean that's an interesting thing. I think when you're doing something competitively, I think WoW likes the competitiveness of the game. At least the developers do, and maybe some of the people do. And it gives you a reason to want to get the gear and want to keep playing the game, and because it's such a long grind to keep playing, and they keep subscribing, so it's a money factor to keep you playing the game. But if you really want true competition, like even competition, though, who really truly is better in this class or that class, that's how you have to do it. You know what I mean? You got to get rid of the whole gear score thing for PvP. But I'm never gonna play it anyway, even if they got rid of it. So, or they balance it, and like people keep saying, let's have separate stats for PvP and PvE and all this. And personally, I don't care because I don't PvP, but a lot of times things get nerfed for PvE because of PvP. So that does affect us. So we do have to. Yeah, if you're focused on one or the other, things get nerfed because of the other. You know that. I mean, that's the problem. That's part of the problem with this game. I don't know. I guess they could change that. I guess maybe that could make PvP better and PvE better, both. I don't know. They have their reasons for not doing that, I guess, but probably because the tooltips would be like paragraphs, and you'd have to, I understand that. So, but uh, I don't know. Maybe it has to be done at some point, but if the game's dying, which some people say it is, and honestly, it's still got 10 million subscribers. I mean, every time you lose someone, you gain people. Not that you're gaining good people. I mean, you're probably gaining a lot of 14-year-olds that are acting like idiots, which that seems to be the case. But yeah, I don't know. The game's still alive. There's still got a population to it. Now, the only thing I'm a little bit worried about with this dual boxing stuff is I just had my that second account sign up for a 3 month subscription, which I think in a day or two I will have to pay, which is fine for now. But I'm doing that only just to get that flying mount because you have to have paid like 1 or 2 months in order to get the flying mount for the recruiter friend. So what I want to do is I want to fly my alt around so they can get some experience points from exploration experience, and that's I know it's a cheap way to get experience without doing much work, but it actually is pretty time consuming. It's actually be easier to level up in dungeon. But I sort of want to do that. But because of the cross roam zone, I never get that right. CRZ, let's call it that. They still have not yet fixed the whole problem where you dismount when you go into a new zone. So to me, that's a bit annoying still, because I'm driving the guy around in that motorcycle thing, and every time I cross over into a new zone, he's dismounted. So it's still there. There's still issues with that, and you'd think after all the months that they'd figure that one out by now, at least, because that is a quality of life issue. And if you have people coming in with this recruiter friend stuff, it's really annoying, particularly when you're flying them around. To have them dismount and die in flight because you just crossed into a new zone. At least they got to do something about that. I mean, seriously. I'm going to see in a week from now, you may actually see some footage of of me dying over and over again as I'm flying my alt around and dual boxing. So that might be an interesting experience. Sadly, but oh well, we're gonna do it. I don't complain about it on the forums like a lot of these people do. Well, I don't like it, but you just suck it up and you deal with how things are. That's sort of what it is. And if I complain about it, I complain about it on here to people that up to now have been pretty, accept your opinion. That's what it is. It's an opinion. It's not meant to be. I don't really care about discussing it. That's why I censor my comments too. I just don't really care about someone raging about this or about that on some issue or another. I don't mind if it's sort of like tactfully written, but if people are going to be like raging, and I have pretty strict channel policy rules. I don't like hearing all the swear words and people being all vulgar and crap. So I kind of it's not an intelligent argument there. I think if Blizzard allowed that on the forums, I think maybe more people would be driven away from them, and it would be probably be I don't know. I really hate the forums. I guess that's really what it boils down to. And I keep thinking if they just got rid of them, it'd be better. You know, I mean, it's good that people voice their opinions on like we don't like this, we like this, and maybe Blizzard needs to take more polls. I don't know. But I'm rambling too much, guys, and I'm at the end of my footage, so I will see you next time. Mad Rabbit signing off. Adios.